Adam Silver was talking to the media. He acknowledged that television ratings have fallen on a cliff, but one of his lines was, well, we're at the point where our social media audience is at the highest of any league. Yeah, congrats for crushing Twitter and IG and TikTok. Ain't paying the bills, brah.
Every year, it's the same pattern. The season tips off, social media explodes, then by January, nobody cares. The regular season used to mean something, now it feels optional. Ask any fan when the NBA season really starts, and most will say the same thing: Christmas, or worse, the playoffs. The first 2 months of the NBA calendar used to set the tone. Rivalries, breakout stars, underdog stories. Now, it's just background noise. It's not like the NBA doesn't try, the content is everywhere. But none of it sticks, because there's no sense of direction. This season doesn't feel like a story, it feels like content, just games being dumped into the algorithm. And fans have adjusted. Watching full games doesn't feel essential anymore. Not when the outcomes don't matter yet. That's not a fan problem. That's a league problem. It used to be simple. LeBron versus KD, must watch. Now you wait until tip-off just to find out if they're even playing. Load management didn't just affect ticket sales, it ruined the anticipation. Fans don't circle games on the calendar anymore, because there's no guarantee the stars will show up. And no, this isn't about old heads complaining, this is about trust. The NBA trained fans to stop getting excited because excitement leads to disappointment. When Kawhi Leonard plays 41 games, when teams bench 3 starters against their rivals in January, you're teaching fans that the regular season doesn't matter. Even worse, the league tried to spin it like a strategy. Players are saving themselves for the playoffs. Cool, so are the fans. Load management also messes with the standings. It creates false parity, hollow records, and inconsistent competition. And if the matchups aren't real, neither are the rivalries. Because you can't build tension between players who never actually face each other. You can't create drama when half the league is chilling in street clothes. The NBA tried to fix it this year with new rules, but the damage has been done. Fans used to show up for star power, now they show up with fingers crossed. There was a time when you had to watch games to see what happened. Now you can see every poster dunk, buzzer beater, and viral moment without watching a single quarter. The NBA has the most highlight-friendly product in sports, and that's the problem. When Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok deliver the best plays in real time, what's the incentive to watch live? You already know the final score, you already saw the crossover, you already watched the full post-game interview clipped and captioned. The game becomes optional. And for a growing generation of fans, it is. Why follow a 48-minute arc when the internet cuts it into digestible dopamine? The NBA didn't just allow this, they encouraged it. But in doing so, they traded immersion for accessibility. And now they're feeling the consequences. Highlights don't build connection. You don't fall in love with a team from reels. You don't get invested in a rivalry in 10-second clips. You'd think in 2025 watching an NBA game would be easy. It's not. It's confusing, expensive, and borderline impossible unless you have 5 different apps and a cable login. Want to watch your local team? Good luck. If you don't have some weird regional provider, you're blacked out on League Pass. If you do have League Pass, chances are you'll still hit random blackout restrictions even if you're not in that team's city. That's right, the NBA sells you access to every game, but then blocks out the ones you actually want to watch. It's insulting. For national games, you've got to juggle ESPN, TNT, ABC, and sometimes NBA TV. And that's assuming you have cable. If you don't, you're stuck chasing sketchy streams or highlights. The NBA's distribution is broken, and the league knows it. They've talked about fixing blackouts, centralizing broadcasts, even launching a direct-to-consumer package. But until that happens, fans are stuck in limbo. Younger viewers aren't putting up with it. They're not paying $90 per month for YouTube TV just to watch Tuesday night basketball. They'll watch the highlights on Instagram and call it a day. This isn't just a problem, it's an engagement crisis. When fans can't easily access your product, they stop caring. When they don't see their team play consistently, they don't connect. And when casual fans have to ask, wait, where do I watch this? You've already lost them. There used to be identity in NBA basketball. Now, every team plays the same way. 5-out spacing, switch everything, tons of threes, ISO if the play breaks down. It's modern basketball. It's smart, efficient, and analytical. But when every team runs the same stuff, nothing stands out. There's no contrast, no identity, no clash of styles. The league flattened itself in the name of optimization and lost the character that made games interesting. That's not on the players, it's the front offices, the trends, the obsession with copying what works. Everyone wants to be the next Warriors, and in doing so, we've lost the weird, the ugly, and the extreme. That's what builds drama, not just who wins, but how they win. The playoffs still expose the differences. That's when identity shows up. But by then, most fans have already tuned out, because in the regular season, it's just copy, paste, repeat. The NBA's marketing strategy is simple. Push the stars, build the brands, sell the faces, and it works, to a point. But there's a downside, because when you teach fans to follow players, not teams, you lose what makes sports personal. A LeBron fan follows him to Miami, Cleveland, and LA. A KD fan goes from OKC to Golden State to Brooklyn to Phoenix. That's fine for content, but it doesn't build real loyalty. Teams become disposable, cities become props, and the moment a player leaves, the story resets. The league used to thrive on city pride. Heat versus Knicks, Lakers versus Celtics, Bulls versus Pistons. It meant something. Now, try hyping up Wizards versus Nets in January. Good luck. Even good teams get ignored if they don't have a marketable star. The Kings finally break through? Nobody cares. The Timberwolves win 50 games. No buzz. Unless you've got a superstar with a shoe deal and podcast quotes, the league barely acknowledges you. That's the danger of pushing individual brands. You can't build lasting storylines when the cast keeps changing. Fans connect with teams when they grow with them, when they hate a rival, when they love an underdog, when they believe in something bigger than just one guy. But the NBA doesn't market that anymore, and when the stars sit out, or jump ship, there's nothing left to root for. The NBA knew something was wrong. Ratings were down, stars were resting, fans were tuning out. The solution? An in-season tournament. Flashy new courts, brackets, bonus money, Vegas Final Four. It looked different. It sounded exciting. And for a moment, it was. The Pacers became America's underdog. Tyrese Halliburton turned into a star. LeBron and the Lakers won a shiny new trophy. It felt new, fresh, even kind of important. But then it ended. And nothing changed. The games after the tournament, back to being background noise. The in-season tournament didn't fix the regular season, it just distracted everyone from it. It didn't impact playoff seeding, it didn't help MVP races, it didn't reduce load management, and it didn't spark new rivalries or real beef. Fans still don't understand the point system. The courts were mocked more than admired, and most players openly admitted it only mattered once the prize money got close. Let's be honest, that's not reform, that's a gimmick. The NBA wanted to inject life into November, but instead of addressing the structure of the season, they added a mini tournament inside the same flawed system. If the only way to make regular season games feel important is by calling them something else, then maybe the season itself is the problem. It was a creative idea, it generated some buzz, but buzz isn't the same as change. The playoffs are incredible. Every year, buzzer beaters, hostile crowds, career-defining moments. It's proof the NBA can still be elite, but it also proves how empty the regular season feels in comparison. If this is what basketball can look like when everyone's locked in, what have we been watching for the last 6 months? It's like spending hours reading filler chapters just to get to the real story at the end. And fans know it. Why invest time and energy when the first 70 games are treated like prep work? Even the league's own behavior confirms this. National TV schedules get heavier in March. Award debates don't get serious until April. Casual viewers start showing up when the games start to matter. The NBA has trained its audience to treat the regular season like a runway. and now they're shocked that nobody's watching the takeoff. What's worse, the league knows the playoffs hit, so instead of fixing the foundation, they just lean harder into that final stretch. But the truth is, no postseason format can save a broken regular season. You can't fake urgency for 82 games and then expect fans to suddenly care in April. Until something changes, fewer games, higher stakes, or a shift in mentality, this cycle will repeat.